My name is Jeff Jones. They call me Rod Jeff. This is my shop, Rod Jeff Fabrications. I'm out of San Martin, California. We primarily focus on full-blown custom builds from the ground up. I do basically 100% of my work in-house, all hand-built. I do not run CNC machines. A hand-built hot rod is exactly that, done by hand. Started right out of high school. Without the intention of really building a career, I just wanted to go get a job. So I started at a sheet metal shop. I found a shop in Campbell, California, and I hung out long enough to where the owner just needed me to work. He hired me. He was tired of me standing around, so he hired me, put me to work. So I basically started in a deburr shop where I was grinding welds. I worked there long enough to know that grinding welds is not what I want to do for my job, so I progressed. I moved up into the CNC world, and I started running the CNC punch press, started running a CNC brake, and just progressed to that. I worked there for 14 years and just learned R&D, a lot of short run prototype work. After being at that shop in Campbell for 14 years, I progressed all the way to the top. There was not much more room for moving up. So I found another job working for the government, Stanford Linear Accelerator Center, where I was the lead sheet metal technician for, ironically, another 14 years. Did some phenomenal work, a lot of R&D, a lot of structural work, so I get the idea of what it takes to build things strong. After 14 years of working there, once again, I got to the end of the road and just decided that now I'm 45 years old, I better get out there and do what I want to do. So I've opened up my shop here in San Martin. So growing up as a young child, I was fortunate enough to be born and raised into a hot rod family in the hot rod mecca of the world, which is California. Luckily enough, my dad would load the family up every weekend. He was a hot rod builder from the time I can remember, man. I've sat underneath the dash of his 32 Ford on the way to car shows in Merced or the Linguiça Run or Lodi, or we went all over the state and at a young age, so it set the tone for me, not knowing it. And then getting the job at the weld shop, it just added to the hot rod blood. So it just progressed, and I'm just doing my part to keep hot rodding alive. So on this channel, what you're primarily gonna be seeing is me and my good friend, my helper, Dave. We're gonna be mixing it up and chopping up random cars and showing you guys different ways of doing things, and we're going to be building some one-off cars. There's no cookie cutters made in-house, so it could be anything from a Cummins swap to a full-blown tube chassis to a custom chop to a stretch to a body drop to an airbag. You never know, and you never know who's coming through the door. It's a roller coaster around here, but I'll tell you what, it's one of the best rides you're ever going to have, so stay tuned.